Hello everyone. I'm feeling a little sick at the moment. Not too bad, but still a little bad. But, so if my voice sounds a little off this video, forgive me. So if I end up sniffing or coughing a lot, now you know. But more importantly, hello everyone. Well, it happened. After 14 years, the Danger Zone finally got itself an update. Or not update. It finally got itself an actual ending. Yes, after years of hearing about how Danger Zone is the final episode ever in Angry Birds Space from the World of Angry Birds official guide, we finally get to see that true ending here. See? And while the ending itself is absolute peak, it might be a little confusing at first glance. Don't worry, I am a theorist, and I believe I figured out what this ending means. Every last detail of it. Kinda. So, let's jump right in. With that being said, however, this is your final spoiler warning. If you do not want to be spoiled for this, please immediately click off this video and go watch another video on it. Even if you don't have Angry Birds Reloaded, you can't afford the Apple subscription thing, whatever, Apple Arcade, go watch someone's video on it. There's tons of uploads of the full playthrough of Danger Zone, and just go watch any of those before you watch this if you don't want to be spoiled for it. Now, that being said, let's move on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, when you first load up the level, you're rated to this. It's heavily based on the ending of Peak Impact 1. Nothing too crazy to write home here. Within the second section level, and yes, this level is split into 5 different sections, you're rated to this. Inspired by the ending of Beacon Pack 2/Brass Hogs, where you have to destroy the technology in order to get to the final piece of technology in order to destroy all the pigs. And also, weirdly, the portal. That, now that I think about it, kind of resembles the Sonic the Hedgehog portal a lot, but let's not worry about that right now. I didn't really take that into consideration when making this theory. I just noticed it literally right now as I am recording in this moment. Well, anyway, after this, you're weirdly taken to a mirrored Hot Pursuit 1-1. Afterwards, a bubble featuring Leonard, the portal, and I think an Eggsteroid, if I remember correctly. Coming out of it, that you have to pop in order to beat the level. So this is very strange. But then even weirder is the next section, which is based on Birdnapped 1-5 for some reason. Where Leonard and Hector Porco replace enemies on here, alongside the mirror portal thingy appearing in a bubble. And then the final section, based on the final level of Cosmic Crystals, which, very good decision on Rovio. That was honestly one of my favorite boss fights across the entire game. We have to destroy the little spaceship thingy that Hector Porco and Leonard are in, which they appear to be taking eggs and Eggsteroids out of portals across many different dimensions, presumably. Anyway, after you beat this final section, you get into cutscene. The birds' eggs are finally saved in space. They escape the exploding spacecraft, which Leonard and Hector Porco do. It's unclear if they're actually going to come back or not, though. And the birds finally leave. presumably back to the classic dimension. And I just realized there's 4 eggs in this cutscene. This is probably an error on Rovio and not a hint towards Silver, but how do they get back to the classic dimension exactly? Because Icebird's Eggsteroid is there to open a portal for them, so that's kind of weird, but again, probably just writing flaws over at Rovio. I know, I'm not going to take bad writing and claim it's actually intentional and secretly this or that or whatever. I'm just going to take it for what I see it is here. So what does all of that mean exactly? Well, for starters, I think Leonard and Hector Porco were always working together in all of this. Whether or not one was specifically working for the other, I'm not sure. It could be either way. Could be Leonard working for Hector Porco, or could be Hector Porco working for Leonard. Either way, I definitely think they were working together the whole time, and that the entire game was just built up towards this. Things such as Alien Pig and Big Bork were very much filler towards this episode. Okay, but now for the real meat and potatoes of this theory. The Eggsteroid. I've talked about this extensively before, and tried to make a theory about Icebird's secret origins, but I don't think that theory's true anymore. No. I think I got it completely wrong. Oof. I apologize, this is not the best presentation for this theory. Anyway. So, as you saw back there, for some reason, we go back to Hot Pursuit 1-1, and then over to Burnap 1-5 right away. This is very strange to me. I kept jumping back to the classic dimension, but going back to one of the earlier levels, and even then going forward to another? Because, as we all know, based on what I've theorized with the Ingrid's timeline, space takes place between Bird and Pig Islands and Eagle Island. So, what gives? Sure, we could try switching this around, but but no matter what order I put this in, it's going to drastically break the timeline. And I really don't want to do that again. And then I had a thought. I've always known that the Eggsteroids can travel between dimensions. It's basically confirmed by Rovio. Space and classic are their own separate dimensions. They didn't just go from classic to space due to the Eggsteroid. It's really not that big of a leap in logic. But what if they don't just travel between dimensions? What if they also travel across time? And suddenly, lots of things start falling into place. In fact, I believe Icebird, whether he knows it or not, might have created a lot of the Angryverse that we know of. You know how in my Icebird Origins theory video I was talking about how these statues in Ingrid's journey are proof that Icebird originated from here and uses Eggsteroid to save the multiverse or something? I don't think that's entirely true anymore. I think that's just one of the many things he did. Just because multiverse or something. At least under this time travel theory. Because if Iceberg really did make a lot of the different Angry Birds worlds, it'd be kind of impossible for him to come here. And I really don't want to think of Angry Birds' journey as the starting point for the entire Angry Birds multiverse. I mean, it would make sense. It combines classic designs and movie designs for some reason, but that would make a lot of the fans happy, and I really don't want that, so this is just another thing Iceberg was at. So, bit of a tangent here. I originally wasn't going to include this, but thinking about it, Flight to the Future actually does semi-prove this theory, which is Angry Birds Reloaded's most recent update as of time of recording. At the final level, credit to Flockmaster for the screenshot, by the way. It's very obviously, clearly a parody of the iconic clock tower scene in Back to the Future. It makes sense, that's what the episode is named after and everything. But things start to get a bit interesting. When you look outside of this moment. Because this is not the first time we have seen a DeLorean in Angry Birds. Believe it or not. No. The first time we've ever seen it was Hammam High 14-5. There it is. Right down there. But, hang on. This actually isn't the only DeLorean in this level. In fact, hidden off screen, there's one just to the left of the slingshot. Now, that might not seem like too much. Rovio hides things off screen all the time, and usually they're not that important, but on the Rovio Classics version, for some reason, when you zoom out, you can very clearly see it. Rovio did not need to add that at all, and yet they did. That, to me, implies that DeLorean has some level of importance to it. Almost as though it was originally going to be the DeLorean used in this level until the pigs, until this, the one that we see on the level, showed up. After all, you can see what resembles the fire trail behind it. Is it possible this DeLorean is the same one from Flock to the Future? Probably not. They're not exactly built the same. But it's still interesting to think the pigs discovered time travel. I actually came up with a theory like this a long time ago, that the pigs discovered time travel and Angry Birds is all a giant time loop or something like that, but I never ended up making it. But I might eventually. We'll see. Right, anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Iceberg created the multiverse. So yes. Whether he knows it or not, due to his time travel, dimension hopping, Eggsteroid antics, Iceberg most likely created a lot of the Angry Birds universes we see today. I mean, think about it for a second here. Helping the birds grow limbs in order to help them live in New York? Well, congratulations! Now there's an entire series where the birds have limbs. An entire universe, sorry. The birds have limbs, and yeah, that's really it there. Creating eggs to help, eggs that hatchlings use to help raise spirits that save the world. Journey's a really weird game, by the way. Well, now there's a universe where the Angry Birds are hatchlings, and well, I don't know what they save here, but they do something good, I think. Or maybe they're just messing around, who knows. Making the birds and pigs become robots to help them get along? Probably. Well, now there's an entire franchise where robots slowly take over the world, which in itself has its own branching set of multiverse and timelines. Okay, that last one is a lot more loose, but it requires a lot of my other theories to make sense, but you get the picture. A lot of what Icebird's doing is not only helping those within those universes, it's also creating a bunch of more ones, eventually resulting in the Angryverse. It's definitely possible he still comes from the space universe, but who knows? We'll see. So, overall, yeah, that's about it for the Danger Zone. Icebird's Eggsteroid has the power to time travel between time and other dimensions, so the pigs want to try and use it to get infinite eggs. And so he and the classic flock team up to stop the pigs, and yeah, that's about it. Very simple explanation for what was initially a very weird cutscene. And so next up shall be my updated version, this year's updated version of the Angry Birds timeline. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all liked it, and maybe I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!